Okay, so we're back. Sorry about that. And okay, we are going to see if we can see Kula popping out here. We can't, so we're going to shoot off to FireSide chat. So let's go join James next to the fire.
Well, there seemed to be a little bit of confusion there about whether or not he should come to the FireSide chat or not, but here you are, and welcome to the FireSide chat of the, what is the date today? I think it's the 22nd, the 21st of August. Thank you, Eggsy. Eggsy is on camera. This is his first FireSide chat, everybody, so you can expect some slow pans and tilts in the Cape Town fashion. Thank you, Eggsy, and well done. You're all most welcome, and we're going to be chatting about bits and pieces of the Bush Olympics and our little competition that we had today. And Nyan, just before we get into that, we're going to discuss a few highlights of the week. You say there was a video posted on Facebook of the Styx cubs, and they all looked rather fat and rather happy. Well, that's brilliant news. Thank you very much for that, Nyan. So, the highlights of the week, I suppose we should talk a little bit about the Nkahuma Pride and their beautiful cubs, especially those fat little things that look like teddy bears. Those are the youngest ones. They're now probably about 6 weeks old. And then, of course, that amazing fight that took place when we were watching, Eggsy and I were watching, one Birmingham boy, the 4 females and the 5 slightly older cubs. Some of them now, I guess they must be approaching, what did we say? We said almost 14 weeks, we thought. And then the others about 10 weeks, probably. So we're probably looking at 14, 10 and 6, I think that is what I said. It's somewhere around there. Anyway, what happened was the male stood up. We think Amber Eyes is possibly an estrus, and he sort of started looking around a bit, and 2 of them just went for him, and there was a tremendous noise, a tremendous growling and swatting of female on male. The male then just retreated and sort of roared in the background as if to show that he was very strong and not vaguely afraid, and he had a nasty cut down his nose to add to his already rather spectacular array of scars. The cubs then started roaring as well, and that was very funny. There's nothing funnier than when a whole pride starts to roar and the little cubs start doing the same thing, and they look around like this and they go, "Arr, arr, arr, arr," while the rest are making this tremendous throat or blood-curdling sound. Anyway, so that was a great highlight. Then, of course, another amazing highlight which happened only 2 nights ago, the sight of Shadow in Tingana, sitting at the Djuma Dam camera, and definitely she in the throes of estrus, or some sort of anestrus, maybe a proto-estrus. Very confusing stuff. We've discussed it, both Brent and I, and I'm sure you've all been discussing it amongst yourselves over the last 2 days. Why is she coming into estrus? Reports coming through that Zara, the young cub who will be 7 months old round about the beginning of next month, still seems to be alive and was left on her own in much the same way as Sindile used to be left on his own when Shadow was around. We might find that Sindile's removal to rehab after he caught that rabid dog, it always amuses me to say that he went to rehab, we might find that that particular time of his life actually saved him, actually gave him the opportunity to get bigger and get fatter and be able to look after himself in an area like this. So that's really quite interesting. We might not find the same thing with Zara, but in Zara's case, of course, once she reaches 8 months or so, it's possible that she'll be able to look after herself. So that's quite interesting too. Now you might be looking at me and thinking, gosh, that's very strange. He seems to have a red star affixed to the front of his forehead. And you'd be correct, I am indeed sitting here with a red star affixed to the front of my forehead. And Christy, you say you love my red star. I love my red star too. It was presented to me by Louise Pavid on my arrival here. She's now waving from the background, for winning the mammal or the Bush Olympic competition that we had today. Rebecca, what was the score again? Very high to me, 38 points to me, 27 to Brent. So I will give Brent back the 5 points that he gave to me on account of his deep arrogance and thought that he would win, and I still won by 6 points. Ha 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 ha. Lizette, you say, would I have been more competitive had I not had my 5 bonus points? No, I don't think so. I think I was quietly confident and deeply confident when I had my 5 points, so that was very good indeed. Now, just wandering in here, uninvited, is Brent Leo Smith, of course. Hello, Brent.
Congratulations.
Sit down. Yes, thank you. That's why I didn't stand up, because you see, I'm the winner. And I'm the winner, of course, because you can see I have a red star on my forehead. Is it not very attractive?
So it's sparkly.
It is, yes.
It's shining. It's actually, I'm quite scared of it.
Yes, you should be.
Yes.
Yes. So, 38 points to...
28, 27.
No, what? Say that
27.
again, more loudly.
27.
27, there we are. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
I
Go on.
knew it was over as soon as we had the leopard there.
Yes. Oh, you're making excuses that you
No,
had
no
a leopard.
excuse.
Right. So those were the highlights. What did you see anything spectacular during this particular race that we had?
Karula was doing got some very interesting. She's got a thorn stuck in her face.
A thorn or a porcupine?
I
cord?
thought initially porcupine cord, but I looked closely with a super
Yeah.
zoom, and it was definitely a thorn.
Wow.
So right just below her eye in here, and then she's got another one in her cheek. So it not more actually a spine than a thorn. So not.
From
so
what do you think?
I
Like
think
a
could
zebra
be,
would, or
looks
a
like it.
stackers?
Maybe she's been when she tried to grab something in a roll, or she had a fight with something, and
Yeah.
but it's the one below her eye is not too deep and doesn't look to be bothering her too much,
Yeah.
but the one in her cheek is quite deep and it's broken off, so she can't really get at it. But it doesn't seem to be affecting her. She's also got a bit of a limp.
Really? So she had some kind of contretemps with
Yeah.
something.
I think most likely in a hunt,
Yeah.
an unsuccessful hunt. I don't think she's been
It is
battling
interesting,
creatures.
don't you think, how seldom they get injured? I mean, they live physical lives, and I mean, a male impala is heavier than she is, substantially
yeah.
heavier than she is, and somehow they manage to get by and they don't get injured. It's a testament, again, to their incredible resilience. Right. Eggsy, our brand new cameraman / editor / resident hipster, has edited together a wonderful highlights package of the Bush Olympics that we had this week. Have a look at this.
Who wants it?
Spoon, please. This beetle just chomped that too, man.
Thank you.
Well done on
I think it's
Well done, well done. Welcome back, everybody, and you can see there we had quite a lot of fun. Brent and I fell over at one stage during that thing, and I think we're quite lucky there was some soft sand there.
Yes,
You got a little graze.
A little
Yes.
one. It's almost healed now. And there was I think that was the worst.
Would you
of it.
survive? Well, I
did,
think
yes.
that's not bad, given the state of safety that was generally observed. I'm astounded no one died during the tree
Tree
climbing.
climbing, yes. The tree climbing was quite scary.
That was very scary. Won by Brent Leo Smith, by the way.
Well, see, I think it was a bit unfair that tree climbing was definitely biased towards people of above average height.
Yes, as opposed to those below average height.
Yes, it took sort of 2 jumps for
Yes.
Brian and myself to get up.
Now, Gracie, aged 9, thank you for your comment. You say you're very proud of me for getting my red star. Thank you very much. But you feel Brent should get one for trying. Gracie, Brent didn't need one for trying because he won the 100 meters and the tree climbing contest, so he didn't need another star. He has got plenty of gold medals. In fact, here are his 2 medals.
Oh, where did you find those?
Oh, I think they were found in camp. There you are. Those are Brent's 2 medals. And then, James Richard, you want to know why my sort of sign was a poo emoji. That is because I am the bush laxative. Any animal I look at immediately voids its bowels. Now, Brian, and at least Brent and I are going to stand up
Yes.
as we welcome the greatest Olympian in Safari Live history, Mr. Brian Joubert. Well done, Brian. Well done. Can we have a bit of applause from the background there? Thank you, and cheering. Thank you. Thank you. Well done. Brian, here are all your medals.
Oh, wonderful.
All
Just
your
let me
incredible
just- let me
medals.
just hold them
There
right
you
there.
are. Just hold them
Yes.
there.
Raise the arm.
Would you be so good as to sit between us? We would so
Oh, thank
love
you.
to have
Thank
you with
you.
us.
Thank you.
And we're just going to give you a brief interview. Could you talk us through which events you won?
Ooh,
Did you get bronze in anything?
I did.
What was bronze for?
I think for the droog spoeg. Spitting of the dung, the droog spoeg.
For the bok drol spook.
That's the one.
So for the spitting
Only
of
came third.
impala feces, you came third.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
And the silvers?
Silvers for... Actually, I also came bronze, third
Oh.
in the 100-meter dash.
And third in the 100-meter
Right
dash.
behind
Well
these
done.
two,
And
right
you didn't
behind,
fall
right
over.
behind. No, I didn't fall.
Well
I was
done.
professional
Yes,
at the end there.
you were. Silvers?
Silvers, I'm actually not sure. There were so many events and I have so many medals, I lost count. I
Did
lost track.
you got gold for the elephant dung put?
Yes, the elephant dung put, I scored the gold.
That's very good.
I think that was about all that I actually managed to grab a gold for.
Really? Is that all you got? And tree climbing? You did
Second place for the
Second
tree
place,
climbing.
okay. The other events we had Egg and Spoon.
Egg and Spoon, I didn't feature.
You didn't
Qualifying.
feature.
Yeah, I
Oh yes,
didn't
there was
feature
only
at
one
all.
winner. That was Amanda. You may have noticed, everybody, that no one finished that except Amanda. Steph thought he'd won. Connor thought he'd won. They dropped their eggs on the line. Then I thought I'd won because I was coming third. I dropped my egg. Everyone else dropped their eggs. Except Amanda, who came in 3.5 hours after the rest of us began.
Giggling.
And then there was the fold.
The
folding.
fold, I featured there. I came, I think it was a second.
Second,
Second
good.
in the fold.
That was the folding of the reflector board, a task that
was
is
a very difficult
absolutely
event.
impossible to do entirely. Now, I think, if I'm not incorrect, we have 1 minute left. Is that correct, Rebecca? 1 minute. Now, we have a very special treat for you, everybody, the Olympic anthem, the ultimate Olympic anthem, of course, that of Chariots of Fire. And here, I did promise you, Juma's premier trumpet player
Take my
to
seat,
come
yeah.
and join us here.
Oh yes, we'll give him a...
Here he is, everybody, Mr. Brian Durenbrach, the greatest trumpet player in the history of Juma. All right, here we go, everybody. Let's sit down so that we're close to the microphone. Brian, you're going to lay down the beat, are you?
Yes, but aren't you going to start with
I will
the
start
general
with the
drone?
bass,
Here we
and
go.
you're going to just click, are you?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's it. Here we go. Dum 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 Bye-bye, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Dum 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 dum. The squirrel on the top of that log and a dwarf mongoose.